Tasmania show.
Tasmania show.
Tasmania show.
Tasmania show. Tasmania show.
Tasmanian show.
Tasmanian show.
You already know what it is.
Oh yeah.
Wagwan gang, back in this thing, and if you really gang, bang that like button. If you like the vibe, subscribe. If you don't have good energy, keep your ass inside. You're tuning into the Tasmania show with Taz Tikoon, brought to you by Tazzy's Baddies, and today we talking about Charlamagne Tha God versus Akademiks again. I just did a video like probably a couple of days ago, maybe not a week or so ago, but this time was a little bit different because they finally sat down. There's this whole thing that it's like Charlamagne is team Roc Nation and Akademiks is team OVO, so it's Drake versus Jay-Z. I don't even understand. It started with the whole chat wizard, chat GPT. I don't understand. It's a lot going on, but it's journalism beef, I guess. But they sat down and they were able to have a conversation about, just give us some clarity about what's going on between the two. There's been things going on about casinos and things like that, but we're going to just get right into the interview where basically Charlamagne Tha God addresses his affiliation or lack thereof with Roc Nation, because every time something drops, it's always like Ak or Akademiks TVs has something to say about Roc Nation. But we're gonna get into this clip and see what Charlamagne has to say.
I heard you say you said you think I work for Roc Nation, right?
You about to do the word the kind of like word
affiliation or whatever.
You got affiliation with them.
They're my peoples. That's a fact. I've always said.
You have a badge.
By the way, you know that I'm wearing this. This is going right back to right now. Every time you talk, it's going right.
Desiree's listening somewhere, right, or she's like, "This is probably a hidden stream." Charlotte.
But no, I always say, you've heard me say this for years. My 4 entertainment idols in entertainment: Clarence Avant, the Black Godfather; Arsenio Hall, who I just published his book, his memoir on my Black Privilege Publishing imprint.
My man with that promo.
Petey Green,
okay,
legendary radio personality, and Jay-Z. That's no secret. I've always said that my whole career.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you why that's facetious, and this is why I wore the chain. Because I'm a huge fan of Drake before I had the chain and after I got the chain.
When I hear the conversation, it's like I'm glad they sat down to talk about this, but I don't get what the whole thing is. It's like, I was a fan. Like, when niggas gotta prove their fandom. Like, I became a fan on July 13th, 2000. Like, what? Like why does anybody have to prove? Well, just to be clear, I was a fan. You moving to go? Like, I really don't even understand, like, the whole, why is this even a topic? Why does Akademiks, if Charlamagne did work with Roc Nation, which he says he doesn't, why does it matter if he does or not? Like, FOMO, like, if you can't tell somebody that doesn't play for the Lakers if they got a Laker jersey that they're not a Laker. Like, it's like, I don't get it, but I really don't get it. But again, Ak goes on to explain now, Ak got an OVO chain now. I don't think that Charlamagne has a Roc Nation or Rockefeller chain, if I'm not mistaken, but Ak has the OVO chain, and he's basically talking about when Drake flew him out, how he's never paid him. So now we talking about Drake not paying Akademiks. I don't know, but we about to get into the clip now to see what Ak has to say.
Drake has never given me $1. Okay, yeah, he sent transportation for me to come film something for his rollout. He's never gifted me like, yo, here's some money. Let me put you on paper. No, hold on. So, but no, that's very different. I have zero business interest. Like, Drake's not hitting me like, Ak, let's go half in on this business venture. You're.
But if he did, you would. Why wouldn't you? If he called you right now, like him and I just saw him and who's Aiden just did what they got together. It's something. Or he just invested in one of Aiden's companies.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
if he did that, if he called you and did that, you would. Why wouldn't you?
But I would say it.
Who said I didn't say it? You never said it. Yo,
Charlotte.
You said verbatim.
You're doing a sleight of hand here. Everybody knows.
You said verbatim. You said Wayno exposed something. No, Wayno was correcting you. Because you said out of your own mouth, I saw Charlamagne advocating for Jay-Z's casino.
He was still on.
How was he wrong?
He said Charlamagne wasn't.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not in the right tax bracket. It's still, even as a journalist and as a person that's like watching the conversation, I just don't get like the alliance about like, and I see what Charlamagne is saying, like, yo, like if Drake offered like him, like I get what he's saying, that if they partnered, I don't even know, like, honestly, I got lost for a second listening to the conversation about, it doesn't make any sense to me about like why this is even a topic. Like, why do niggas care about who's investing in what? Like, at the end of the day, Nas has a casino in Queens. Like, let's give it up to Nas, first and foremost, Nas, right? Okay, so this whole situation with Leonard, which is Charlamagne's the real name, being on a casino, and then it kind of just feels like a little weird because Drake has his whole state casino. Then you have people like Nas and Queens with the 50s. Like, everyone's trying to do something with this sports betting and this fan duel and stuff like that. And then you see Ak has on a steak shirt, right, in the interview. Let's listen to what Ak has to say about the casino and Charlamagne and Jay-Z's involvement, which I don't get, but we're going to get into it now.
It was there on behalf of himself because he has some financial stake in the casino. Here's the thing. Bro, we looked at the what was submitted to New York State. You're not listed as some like single sole entity that is an independent person. You're listed under Roc Nation. Because so you're there. So what he's saying is wrong. You might be there because you have business interests in that casino, but you're under the Roc Nation umbrella.
Yeah, because there's 4 entities that were vying for the bid for the casino in Times Square. You had SL Green, which is a real estate company.
Yeah.
Because they own the building, right? The building that the casino was going to be in, which was, I think, 1540 Times Square. You had Caesars, you had Live Nation, and you had Roc Nation. Anytime you're getting involved in a multi-billion-dollar potential bid, you're going to have to come in with somebody. But like, that's just a fact. Even when I saw you reading the names, I'm like, you think everybody that's under that Caesars thing?
Okay, it's making a little bit more sense to me now. It just honestly seems like people aren't minding their business. Honestly, even the way that Ak, like, at the end of the day, if it's public information and people can trade and do whatever, right? You could just see how much Ak is paying attention. Like, yo, your name was listed under Roc Nation, and for even Charlamagne to break it down and be like, when you bidding on a casino $1 billion project, like, you're gonna have to come in under somebody. So it's like you loud and wrong in a sense. Like, your name is right up under there, but it's like, what are you proving? Okay, his name is up under invest. It's like, what are we like? I don't know what it is that we're trying to prove, but it's really like we're going back and forth about Charlamagne and Ak about who's gonna be helping to pay for this casino. Like, this shit is just like OPP, other people's money. Like, why? Like I said, I'm glad that they were able to sit down and talk about it, because this whole illusion of Drake versus Jay-Z and Steak versus this casino and that casino, we're going to listen to more about Charlamagne basically breaking down the whole casino and what's really going on.
You think everybody under SL Green works for SL Green?
No.
You can look under the Roc Nation thing and see that everybody that's under Roc Nation don't work for Roc Nation.
Yeah, but they have that affiliation. There's nothing wrong with.
And y'all said I didn't disclose it, but you were reading the disclosure form.
We had to go to a site to go. Charlotte,
it's public record.
Pull like this.
I was at town hall meetings advocating for this casino. I'm in the middle of
You advocated, but you never said, I'm doing this because I'm business-wise aligned for this casino. And also, you know why it's a got you too? It's only a got, because I know you're going to do the, well, I kind of said it like, nobody's going to find that disclosure. Like, come on, bro.
It was already public record. But the barbs have been circulating that forever.
But no one was going to really like find that and really connect it. It's about really the hypocrisy. Because tell me
why it's hypocritical.
Yeah, because if you're going to talk about whether it's crypto.
Again, as I'm following along with the conversation, you see Charlamagne, it's like, yo, it's public information. I'm at the town hall casinos, and it's like, to me, it's almost like it feels like Ak has this underlying thing that he's trying to expose with Charlamagne, but it's just like, yo, there's no extra exposing that you can do with Roc Nation. Like, he's advocating in the town halls for the casinos. I don't really know what's going on, but like, from all the sports shows, from It Is What It Is, from Let's Rap About It to the Wallow and Get, like, it's FanDuel. It's a whole bunch of sports betting. I think it's everybody's betting. Fucking bet on yourself. Like, why is you worried about what everybody else is betting on? Like I said, I really don't get it. Yeah, you can bet on this video if you like. I don't know, like, subscribe. Like, if you really gang bang that like button right now. Like, I don't know. Like, this is crazy. Like, the things that people concern themselves about. But we're gonna get back into it again, and this is where Charlamagne breaks down more about like Prize Picks and all of the other sports betting things. So we're gonna check this out.
Any type of casino. Matter of fact, I don't even know you to be. I'm like a legit degenerate gambler. I don't even know you to be a gambler. And so when I see you co-sign a casino with Roc Nation,
when you do your tricky word play.
No,
I never said anything wrong with casinos. I never said there was something wrong with casinos. I never said there was anything wrong with gambling. Never. What I was talking about was the things we were talking about before. You're currently in a lawsuit with for something, right? Well, they named you with. Oh, I got it right here. Hold on, let me pull it. I want to read it.
It's a replica lawsuit that's been filed in 5 different states. They finally added me. Why? Because
This one.
okay,
The class action complaint that was filed in Virginia with state.
it's not class action complaint. So it's one person. No, I know, but it's
but accusing the defendants of running and promoting an allegedly illegal online gambling operation while tying the platform to alleged covert payments and music streaming manipulation. That's what I was talking about. I never said there's anything wrong with having a casino.
Yeah, but
there's anything wrong with gambling.
okay. So now when we start talking about casinos, this is why I said that you have an agenda, right? Because in every casino in the world, right? Fanatic Sportsbook, Jay-Z just partnered with them. They're at Ocean Casino in Atlantic City. You know how much litigation they got? So the mere fact that, hold on, they got 1 million cases.
Show me.
But this is obvious. That's what I'm saying. You're cherry picking on that.
No, show me. Show me.
Prize Picks. I work with them. Everybody works with them. I don't know. Maybe Black Effect works with them too. You know how much litigation they've had just alone in Jersey? But the mere fact is this. Y'all took Drake, and these are entities that y'all don't really like, and y'all are saying these are 4 to 5 lawsuits. We've not seen them litigated. One was in Virginia, just got thrown out. They're also making claims, and this is where I said, like, if it was someone that you weren't, if it was Jay-Z, you would put nuance to it.
I'm not gonna lie. It's like at some point as I'm like watching the interview, it feels like I'm following along and I'm getting whatever the point is that he's trying to get. So even when Charlamagne pulls out the lawsuit that he has in Virginia about sports betting and things like that, it's like I don't get how we got back to Drake. It's so weird, like the placement of it. And I'm not like, this is just from my observation, like and what they're talking about. Like you go from lawsuits and sports betting, and what does like Charlamagne and what he's doing with Roc Nation have anything to do with Drake and what's going on with Stake? Like I don't get it. Yeah, but all I know is that I'm always hearing academics talking about Roc Nation, Jay-Z in some capacity. I don't know in what breath. We know how much of a fan that Charlamagne is of Jay-Z. You know, he always talks about Drake being beige and whatever his feelings are for the music. You got 2 fans. You got 2 people sitting there. One's team OVO, one's team Roc Nation. They both got the sports betting things going on. But at the end of the day, they're both a part of reporting on the culture. And in this clip, Charlamagne talks about the journalistic responsibility of using your voice responsibly for your platform. So we're going to hear what he has to say.
Half hours. You gave me a lot of intel that I didn't have on a lot of stuff. You gave me intel on the little baby shit. And then we started talking about Roc Nation. I'm like, yo, what's up with you in Roc Nation? Why do you go so hard at Roc Nation?
So can I ask you, because everything
Can you tell the people what you told me when I asked you that, though?
What?
Because you didn't tell me all of this shit about depositions and all that shit like that. You told me that.
What?
You said, I feel like a lot of us online feel like if somebody big is coming at us.
No, I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. Then we got to be with somebody big, too. Which
No.
That's exactly what you said to me.
I repeat what I said.
Okay.
I said, these days, what online is, because now everything they try to throw me into, they throw Drake into like we're teammates, right? Drake's my man. He gave me a chain, like that's my man. But you know, I was just a big fan of his. I supported him doing some really tough moments in his care. That's why I got to change.
Okay, we're talking about same over here. Okay. I've never liked Drake's music. You know that.
All right, bet.
So who could pay me to hate Drake?
We never said that. But what I'm saying is that now the internet is breaking. Okay. Where there's teams.
And I think that's silly.
Well, it's not about if it's silly or not, is it happening? These days you're realizing the people who are super pro Jay-Z, they're usually shitting on Drake. The people who are usually pro Drake, they don't give a fuck about whether it's Kendrick or...
Well, shouldn't we be better as media personalities? Why do we fuel that? Like, we should know that, hey, you can have your opinion about an artist. I can have my opinion about an artist. That don't mean the fan bases got to hate each other. That's some Republican Democrat shit.
Yeah, but all this, I told you, it started with Kendrick and Drake.
That's
hip-hop is never...
You help fuel that too?
Yeah, 2 things can be true at the same time. Like even here, like I rock with Jay-Z heavy and I fuck with Drake's music. Like I'm not, and I fuck with Kendrick too. So I'm not riding a bandwagon or switching up, because music is music and it's subjective. And I don't think that people should make hard stances just like, oh, I'm not gonna like, for example, R. Kelly. Like R. Kelly came on the other day respectfully, and I was just like, damn, this shit hit. Pause. The music hit. Damn, that was probably not a great take to say. But I'm just saying, like, people like get so up in arms just about like, I don't know. I just feel like people are so sensitive when it comes to the internet and their position with people and music, and everybody has a freedom to support whoever it is that they want to support. If you team Drake, if you team Jay-Z, if you team Steak, if you team casino sports betting, like I don't get it. And like he said, like as a journalist, like it's like what I think sometimes is people like play the sides. Like if you come on and you start to switch up and be one way when one guest comes, it's like, damn. And I think that's what the whole thing was. Like, neutral is a place to be. You don't have to be positive. You don't have to be negative. You could be neutral. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to shit on Drake on here. I'm not going to shit on Jay-Z on here. You know, I'm not going to shit on anybody. My mom didn't raise me like that in general. At the end of the day, it's all about showing respect, so you can like who you like. But before we get up out of here on this last clip, we're going to listen to them talk a little bit more about Kendrick and Drake and just the responsibilities of journalists and our voice and our platform. So we're going to check it out.
Niggas think you done, and niggas feel like it's okay to kick it back in. And, okay, Drake, we get it with the battle, right? Drake and Kendrick. But I seen media personalities gloat. Maybe they wanted an interview, or maybe they were promised an interview. And that was the moment they're like, all right, fine, we got him.
So
they picked
that's life.
Okay, no, it's cool. So, all right, so cool. So they picked their side. What I'm saying is that not because my man bleeding out, I'm going to be like, all right, I'm going to just be on y'all side now. No, we fighting till the end.
You don't have to be on no side. You still a Drake fan. Objectively, you could say, yo, Drake lost the rap battle. It don't matter. Drake gonna still be Drake. That's what I said.
The entire media was kicking us back, and what I said is
he got beat. If somebody walked in here right now, if two guys walked in here and jumped on me and you, and we got our ass kicked, the internet would be gloating. They'd be like, finally, somebody fucked up DJ Akademiks, somebody fucked up Charlamagne Tha God. That's the way the game goes.
It was more than.
Oh my God! What just irritated me about this is kicking Drake's back in. What about Meek Mill's back? What about Common's back? What about Pusha T's back? What about all these other niggas back? What about Jay-Z's back when Nicki Minaj and Ye and Bobby Shmurda and everybody else like, come the fuck on, get a back brace, get a chiropractor, get some back support, get a bra strap, have your back. Like, cause it's just like kicking somebody's back in. So now we out here, well, let me help you out. Like, we got to team up on the internet because somebody's bullying your favorite artist. Nah, I'm not jacking that. Like because when Drake was outside dissing everybody like it was nothing, it's like now everybody got to run to support him. What about when he was taking shots? It's just rap, man, nigga. Like, it's not that deep. Like, I don't know. I need to know what y'all think in the comments. There were points of this interview. I'm glad that they sat down and they spoke. I like to see the camaraderie or the conversation about just the generations bridging the gap, because it's just like the level of respect that is out the window. It's like, yo, I don't know what's going on with this culture, but the YGs gotta respect the OGs. Like, we need each other to coexist. And that conversation, I feel like it is healthy dialogue, because these kids feeling like they gotta choose a side. But you know what side you should choose? You should choose the Tasmania Show side. And if you really gang, bang that like button. And if you like the vibe, subscribe. If you don't have good energy, keep your ass inside. You tune into the Tasmania Show with Taz Tikoon, brought to you by Tazzy's Baddies. Let's go.
Tikoon running up the score, Tazzy's Baddies on the floor. And that ass is super fatty, call me Zaddy, throw some more. Super nasty, she a savage, slaughter fucker like a whore. Popping bottles, foreign models, Tikoon on the world tour. Shorty, what you bad for? Turn this to a hit-a-thon. Damn, all your bitches bad, tell them they can come along.